Hi, I want to welcome you to the Medicare Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Kuhn. I'm a certified financial planner and your Medicare advisor. Today's episode is really going to relate to about what's revolving around 2025 annual election period. It's currently the kickoff. It's really the first week of October, and everybody's getting their notices about and the availability of the plans for the upcoming year. You should have received your Medicare New Book, which has a lot of plan information for your region in it. And we've been getting a lot of calls. There's a lot of information coming out. There's a lot of things people aren't seeing, and we've been kind of keeping track of what is going on and what you need to pay special attention to. This episode is really going to be geared about what are the top things you should know and be looking for as the annual election period is approaching. It starts October 15th. We've had a lot of interactions with people, a lot of questions, and we're keeping a list of things that we know that people need to really pay attention to. The first and probably most important one, and the most frustrating one, is the fact that you've got to open your mail. I can't tell you how many times we've had people inquire, call. They've got a stack of documents. I totally understand it. You're getting a ton of information. All this garbage that's coming, they want it to look like it's from Medicare about these benefits, and they're looking to get your personal information. When you look at the fine print, it's going to tell you insurance agent's going to start stalking you. So you want to be careful with that. But the pieces of mail that most people are missing are the most important things. If you see something from your insurance company that your policy is with, you've got to take a look at it. You've got to look at that information. We're sending letters out to folks that we know that plans are being terminated with different carriers, and people just aren't looking at their mail. So be really, really careful. Open your mail. Pay attention to it. The second part of this is understanding, is your plan getting terminated in 2025? It's going to be in your mailbox. You're going to get a letter from your insurance carrier that tells you it's going to be terminated, and you've got to make other elections for 2025. If you do nothing, one of the worst things that are going to happen, you're going to find out January that you have fee-for-service Medicare with deductibles and coinsurance, and you have no drug coverage. And a lot of you can't do anything about it at January 1st. It's just going to happen. So you've got to be careful that you do pay attention. Is your plan being terminated? Do I need to make another selection? Look at that Medicare New Book to find out, is my plan in there? So pull your insurance card out and look at it. It's really important to pay attention to this. Your annual notices of change. I've talked about this in a previous episode. Critical that you look at. And I've got some folks that have called and questions, and people have even stopped in and had it. And you can clearly look at what the changes in your plan are from 2024 to 2025. So that's really my second thing. Pay attention to your annual notice of change. There's a lot happening because of the Inflation Reduction Act. A lot of plans are changing in a lot of different ways that could be unfavorable. So you want to look at what is going on with your particular plan. If you did not get your annual notice of change by now, it's a good indication your plan might not be around next year, and you're going to get a letter. We know that one of the major carriers has sent letters out already. Clients have been receiving them at the very end of September. Here, the first day or two of October, they're getting them. I did get an email communication from another major insurer. They're not sending letters out until October 8th to let their clients know that the plans they're in are terminating. So this stuff is coming. You really got to pay attention to it. The other item I think that people really need to take a good hard look at is get an expert to assist you with this. Don't talk to your friends. Don't try to do it on your own. You want to get somebody that really specializes in just Medicare in your area. They will have a lot of information to help you figure out the bottom line. They should know what plans are terminating, which are the best ones, what's changing based on your individual needs. Really pay attention to that. The next most important thing, we've gotten calls on prescriptions because the drug plans are changing with the $2,000 out-of-pocket max. That applies to the prescriptions and the drugs that you're taking that are in formulary. It means that your insurance company is covering them. If they don't cover them, you need to get an exception. Get them to cover it, and then it will count towards your $2,000 out-of-pocket max limit in 25. Otherwise, it does not. So make sure, check your prescriptions, work with somebody, call the insurance company. There's a lot of resources to figure that out. Another good thing I would think that people just don't do, and we do it all the time, is actually having a conversation with your providers. Your doctors, who do you like? Which insurance carriers? Now, we know a lot of them are based on how much they get reimbursed, how quickly that happens, and also how much of a pain is your insurance company to work with. There's a lot of work for prior authorizations or denials. You bet they're probably not going to be crazy about them. But talk to them. It's a good starting point. They'll tell you, here's the insurance companies we like. It's a good starting point to look at and say, okay, I got to look at these plans. What do they have to offer for 2025? And you can get the information for the plans that they are offering. Those are probably the biggest things that we've noticed so far. The biggest problem is opening your mail. I mean, we've had people that we've been giving names to that your plan's terminating. We've worked with. We've sent them letters. We've sent them emails, and we've even made phone calls. And it's tough to decipher what's garbage and what's not. Go through it and take a look. Look for your insurance company. Look for things that are relative from the plan or the insurance company that you're working with, because those are really important. All the other stuff is noise. It's junk. It's people trying to get permission to contact you. As soon as you put your name and fill your information in for something to get information on, prepare. Your phone's going to start ringing if it's not already, if you're not being harassed. So these are the things you should be doing. Next episode likely is going to be about the things you should not be doing during this annual election period. So I hope you enjoyed this show. By all means, please subscribe and share it and like the episode. And share it with somebody that might find it's valuable. We've got a lot of great information coming up on the next few episodes. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.